how do you decide which one to write?
Often the genre will decide for you. In writing, when you're writing, historical fantasy, third person is best for me. I wanted something epic. I wanted something that could I want to really be able to sweep the scene, really set the scene with a slightly omniscient narrator that then, narrative voice that then goes into the heads. I'm very firmly in the head of Percy, or I'm in the head of Alexei, or sometimes I'm in the head of Rebecca. I want to be able to get into each one of their heads. So that needs to be third person. You can't head hop. Within one scene, I always separate it out. One of the rules is you don't head hop in the middle of the scene. You can't be like in Percy's perspective, looking at Alexei, and then suddenly hearing what Alexei's thinking about her. That has to be sort of clear and separated out. But in young adult, when you're in young adult, a lot of it is first person these days. At least, when I was pitching, that's not always the case. But definitely a lot of young adults first person. I hate writing in first person. I hate it with a bloody white hot passion. I got my way around it by thinking, okay, what is one of your favorite novels of all time, Leanna? Dracula. Okay, what's that in? Epistolary. It's diary entries. So that's how I got my head around it, was looking at the structure of Dracula and doing it in diary entry. And also I can put in letters, I can put in other people's perspectives. She keeps the letters, she puts them in the diary. So I also get little tidbits of other voices, which helps me not feel so trapped and limited. Of course, I made myself additionally trapped and limited because Natalie suffers from selective mutism and she can't speak. So I have a heroine who can't speak and a hero who's trapped in a painting. So if we go back to conflict, my setting is conflict, and my publisher was like, and you're gonna write a book about that how? Well, you'll have to find out.
I feel like when I'm writing genre, I write in third person because I want the reader to know things that my protagonist doesn't know. I think that's how you create a lot of tension and a lot of suspense, and I also want to be able to visit like the villain's lair. I loved which Harry Potter was it? The one where we start with Voldemort, and I'm like. No, it wasn't 7, it was like 4.
5.
Oh, yeah, it was 4. Yeah, we started the Riddle House, and I'm like, I want to be able to do that. And so first person was always out for Nightly. I am right now writing in first person. The problem with that is that I did a creative writing degree at Columbia, so I'm classically trained to do like literary fiction. And when I write first person, literary fiction happens, like just this literary noise. And always from a male perspective. I don't know why. I just cannot write first-person female. It's horrifying. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, my inner narrative is either, like, third-person Victorian or a modern dude. I'm not quite sure, but I know what the book is in. I'm right now writing a first-person present tense YA with a female narrator and a first-person past tense YA with a male narrator, and I have to do Nightly 3, and I really hope that I can get a time turner on this. I don't know what to do with myself.
Okay. Robin, Leanna, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank our audience for joining us today as well. They're going to take seats right at that table for signings, and you can purchase their books at the table in the back. And you have this room until 2, so you can talk to them, ask them questions.
Ask them questions. I have like postcards, and I'd be happy to just sign them, and you can have them.
And we have postcards.
You might already have the book.
How much does go for on eBay?
Thank you very much, everyone.